Hi all, I am Brennan Schaffner, and I'm excited to be presenting this work conducted by myself and my collaborator, Neha Lingareddy, advised by Marshini Chetty at the University of Chicago, entitled Understanding Account Deletion and Relevant Dark Patterns on Social Media. While social media use continues to underscore the modern day, users are finding reasons to delete their accounts. To name just a few, there is a rise in harms found from social media use, like how Instagram negatively affects young people's body image. Or perhaps people are just following the time, moving on to new, better platforms that are frequently coming out. Or maybe one is compelled to leave a social media platform for concerns about privacy, security, or harassment online. Bottom line, people are finding reasons to delete their accounts. But how easy is it to delete your account? Social media platforms need high user numbers for revenue based on their business model of monetizing user data. They also want to help users by making it difficult to delete an account accidentally or impulsively. Both can contribute to friction in the account deletion process. So we sought to answer this question: how easy is it to delete an account? We created and then deleted accounts on the 20 most popular social media sites in the US, monitoring for difficulty, friction, and problematic interfaces. We did this on mobile apps, desktop browsers, and mobile browsers. We took screenshots of every step, resulting in almost 500 screenshots, which became the focus of analysis. Here are all the accounts we created and deleted. Across the top are the social media sites we analyzed in descending order of popularity from left to right. Here, check marks indicate that there is an option to create an account on that modality, and checks on the bottom indicate account termination was available on that modality. In total, we created 53 accounts and terminated 36 of them. The first thing you might notice is that, in general, mobile social media users have fewer options to terminate accounts than desktop users. It was possible to terminate accounts on 18 out of the 20 platforms using desktop versions, but only 7 out of the 20 using the mobile apps. Some platforms, like SoundCloud, allow for creation via a mobile app, but force users to use a desktop for account termination. You may be wondering why the switch in terminology from account deletion to account termination, which brings us to the first main discovery. Account termination does not always result in a deleted account, one of the many complexities and inconsistencies we found across platforms. We identified 3 main termination options that are offered to users shown on the table. Close puts your account in an in-between state where it remains recoverable. Delete after closing will delete your account, but after a forced grace period of closure. And delete immediately will delete your account with no waiting period. The main differences amongst the options are when any deletion occurs and whether the account is fully deleted or left in a somewhat deleted recoverable state. This table shows the different options provided to users seeking account termination across all the platforms. Note that the grace period provided by the delete after closing options differ by platform. Sometimes it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 30 days, or an undisclosed amount of time. Notably, accounts on Etsy and Slack cannot be made unrecoverable at all, since they only offer the closed termination option. For example, accounts on Etsy can never be fully deleted. They will always exist in a somewhat hidden recoverable state. We analyzed all of the account deletion screenshots for dark patterns, finding that dark patterns do obstruct the termination process. Most commonly, we found forced external steps. For example, on Pinterest, you have to confirm your termination in an external email. Oddly, you can make a Pinterest account without a valid email address, meaning you may be stuck with an undeletable account. On platforms like Instagram, Twitch, and Spotify, we could not locate the account deletion options on the main platform interfaces at all. Instead, we had to use search engines to navigate to websites or help centers external to the main platform interface to find the deletion options. We also found examples of confirm shaming, or the act of guilting the user into opting into something. In these cases, the option to decline is worded in such a way as to shame the user into compliance, like this big sad face on the right, which is shown to users trying to delete their accounts on Vimeo. Notice also the text difference in the button options: a scary red delete account, and an excited I changed my mind. We found that dark patterns also exist past the account termination process. Immortal accounts and forced continuity make it unclear if deleted accounts data still exists. At least half the platforms exhibited immortal accounts, where they kept some degree of data indefinitely, even after users deleted their accounts. Like the example shown here from Instagram, Quora, and Twitter, the platform's wordings indicated that they kept data, but it was not always clear. Across all platforms, the exact nature of what happens to users' account data is not explained to users during the account deletion process, and it is unclear what data is or not being fully deleted. For instance, just because the data is no longer viewable on Twitter, that does not provoke confidence that the user data is deleted at all. Over a third of the platforms exhibited forced continuity, forcing a user to continue existing on their platform in a social media-like manner even though they deleted their account. For example, when Facebook users opt to delete their account, their profile and posts will still be visible to other users during that forced period of closure. After completing our own analysis of the platforms, we wondered, what about users? What do they themselves say about the account deletion process? Which led us to the second study, where we surveyed 300 social media users in the US on Prolific, asking about their perceptions and experiences with the account deletion process. We found that users commonly sought deletion, but often abandoned the process. We characterized user attempts to delete accounts to see what portion of deletion attempts resulted in completed deletion. While a successfully completed deletion was the most common outcome, at 64.5% of attempts, that means that over 35% of account deletion attempts did not end in a deleted account. We then tried to find out why deletion attempts would be left incomplete. Many users simply changed their mind. Others were cut short because they could not find the account deletion options, or many just gave up because it was too tedious or complicated. One participant put it simply, sometimes they make it harder than it needs to be. Which returns us to the question, are platforms intentionally muddling the process to retain active users, or just looking out for us? There is a fine line between necessary friction and full-on dark patterns in the account deletion process. In sum, here are some of this work's main takeaways. The language for account deletion options needs to be made more consistent. Account deletion outcomes for users should be clarified, such as who has access, what data is retained, and what are the time frames involved in the process. This helps equip users with the knowledge necessary for making informed choices. And platforms need to eliminate dark patterns in the deletion process, but more research should be done on what might be considered necessary friction. Thank you all for your time. For more information, including in-depth methodological description, more findings, and more developed discussion, read the full paper, which is available on our research lab's website along with information about similar studies. I would also like to thank my awesome co-authors, Neha and Marshini, who are pictured here. Thank you and have a nice conference.